to the world of Pokemon. A world with wondrous creatures that are more powerful than you could possibly imagine. People in Pokemon work together as partners in this world, and that's no different in the KALOS region. In KALOS, people and Pokemon work together like everywhere else in the world, and it's also home to a rich and wonderful culture. This is the setting for our next adventure, so let's waste no more time. The world of Pokemon awaits. This is Veniville Town, a small town in KALOS. We then enter a house and see a fletchling flying up past a staircase into a room where we see a girl asleep before the bird activates Peck and charges straight at her, waking her up.
Ah! I told you a million times not to wake me like that!
The fletchling just laughs it off as it flies downstairs, leaving the girl frustrated. This is Serena, a girl who sets off on an adventure to get away from the pressured life she was born into, but she has no direction for what her own path is. We then learn that today is a special day. Professor Sycamore, a famous researcher and one of Serena's mother's old friends, is coming to town today. He'll be giving Serena a Pokemon of her own, allowing her to start her Pokemon journey. We then learn about Serena's past, how she had been pressured by her mother into becoming a Rhyhorn racer, and how it's been mentally exhausting for Serena to pursue something she honestly has no interest in. However, she's never held any negative feelings towards her mother, despite all she's placed on her. She's hoping her journey allows her to not only get away from the pressured life placed upon her by her mother, but also allow her to find what she truly strives for in life. She's always remembered something, a moment when she was the age of 4. A boy saved her when she was at one of Professor Oak's summer camps in the Kanto region. He told her to never give up till it's over, and Serena has always lived by that philosophy since then, and she won't give up until she finds her own goal. She wonders how that boy is doing now, and one day wishes to meet him again. She then walks downstairs, eats breakfast with her mom, who congratulates her on starting her journey, and then makes haste for the town square. There is no way she's going to be late for today. She makes her way to the town square where Professor Sycamore awaits.
Professor Sycamore?
Yes? Ha! You must be Serena. My, how you've grown. The last time I saw you, you were just a baby. How is Grace these days?
She's doing well. You seem to be doing well yourself, Professor.
Thanks for noticing. If your mother hasn't told you, I specialize in Pokemon evolution. My team and I are getting closer and closer every day to discovering the secrets of Mega Evolution, the mysterious phenomena here in the KALOS region that allows certain Pokemon to go beyond their final evolved forms, yet always revert back afterward. You see, we believe that to activate...
Professor, you're confusing me!
Oh, I'm sorry. No more rambling. You're here for a reason, and I have just what you are looking for. Come on out! These are the 3 starter Pokemon for trainers here in KALOS. Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. Which one will you choose?
Serena looks at the Pokemon and starts to think. Which one does she want as her partner? Eventually, she comes to her conclusion and chooses Fennekin as her partner Pokemon. The two quickly become friends as Sycamore smiles at the trainer and Pokemon meeting for the first time.
Fennekin, a marvelous choice. I'm sure the two of you will become the best of friends. Here are your Pokeballs and Pokedex.
Sycamore hands Serena her Pokeballs and Pokedex, and she now has everything she needs to embark on her journey. Sycamore is actually staying the night in Veniville and joining Serena and her mother for dinner, but more on that later. It's time for a confident young man to arrive in the KALOS region, one with ideals stronger than most and one with a dream unlike any other. Ash and Alexa are still on the plane, and Ash looks outside the window to see none other than the KALOS region's Lumiose City in the distance. Ash is super excited to begin a new adventure. This time he will win the league. This time he will reach heights greater than ever before. The plane lands and Ash walks out and breathes in the KALOS region air. Hello, KALOS region! Ash from Pallet Town is finally here! Ash is a little too excited and then proceeds to trip and fall, which Alexa chuckles at. In the airport, Ash tells Alexa he wants to go straight to challenge her sister's gym, so Alexa gives her a call. She gets off the phone and tells Ash that unfortunately, her sister is currently out on a trip and won't be back in her gym for another week or so. This naturally disappoints Ash, but Alexa tells him to worry not, as there is actually a gym here in Lumiose City. Ash's eyes then light up with fire as he wastes no time heading outside. The two then decide it's time to part ways. Alexa says that her time with Ash was super fun, and while they got into some pretty intense moments during their travels, it was still a blast. The two then part ways as Ash runs through the gates into the bustling Lumiose City, with his dreams of becoming a Pokemon Master still going strong as ever. Ash then makes his way through Lumiose City, encountering Pokemon he's never met before. He then reaches the Lumiose City gym and enters it, coming face to face with an AI that's part of the gym. The AI asks Ash how many badges he has, and when Ash responds saying 0, the AI seemingly is shocked and then proceeds to forcefully kick him out of the gym, making Ash and Pikachu fall down a tube that leads back outside the tower. When he starts to fall, two people notice him, a young man and a little girl. The young man then activates a gadget which creates a cushion catching Ash, and meanwhile the little girl catches Pikachu. Man, that was a close one. What's up with that place?
Hey, are you alright?
Yeah, thanks for the save back there. I owe you one. The little girl becomes ecstatic, calling Pikachu super cute and that she wants to have a Pokemon just like this one when she becomes a Pokemon trainer.
Bonnie, put that Pikachu down.
Nah, it's okay. I'm sure Pikachu's okay with it. Right, buddy? Pikachu nods in approval, and the young girl, very excited, starts to squish Pikachu's cheeks, which causes the mouse Pokemon to shock the entire group. The group eventually recovers and introduces themselves. Again, thanks for the save, guys. The name's Ash Ketchum. I'm from Pallet Town in the Kanto region, and this is my partner Pokemon Pikachu. Nice to meet ya!
The Kanto region? You sure traveled a long way. My name is Clement, and this is my little sister Bonnie.
Ash and Clement shake hands, and it looks like it's time to introduce two brand new characters. This is Clement, an aspiring inventor and the gym leader of the Lumiose City Gym. Clement is one of KALOS' brightest minds and one day wants to become a world-famous inventor. Clement's little sister is Bonnie. Although being too young to have a Pokemon of her own, Bonnie loves all Pokemon and one day wishes to become a Pokemon trainer. Ash then tells them about how weird the Lumiose City Gym was, and the two act kinda weird when Ash brings it up, but they eventually tell him the Lumiose City Gym leader is this super strong trainer and wishes for all of his opponents to be experienced Pokemon trainers as well. Ash then asks Clement if he has any Pokemon, and Clement tells him yes, so Ash naturally asks him to battle him, and Clement sees no reason to decline Ash's request. The group then moves to another location to fight, and Clement sends out his Pokemon, Bunnelby. Ash is amazed by the new Pokemon, but wastes no more time and sends in Pikachu. The battle then begins. Pikachu's speed is incredible like always, but Bunnelby is putting up a pretty good fight too. Clement is using Bunnelby's ears to his advantage to catch Pikachu when using Iron Tail, and throwing him to the ground. Ash and Clement are both enjoying themselves, meanwhile Bonnie looks in awe at the battle. A Pokemon also seems to be observing the battle in the bushes, but it's too hard to see what kind of Pokemon it is. The battle is intense, but it's stopped when suddenly a device shows up and captures Pikachu, and we all know who this is all too well. It's Team Rocket, who has followed Ash all the way to KALOS from Unova back to Kanto to here. Ash is furious, and Clement attacks them with Bunnelby. However, it's no use as Wobbuffet is using Mirror Coat, so it's able to counter all of his attacks by sending them right back at him. Just then, the Pokemon who was watching the battle comes out of the bushes. It seems to be beaten up. The Pokemon then attacks Team Rocket, and Wobbuffet tries to use Mirror Coat again, but the Pokemon then uses the foam on its body, and this isn't a move, so Mirror Coat can't counter it. This gives the group time to free Pikachu, and one Thunderbolt later, Team Rocket is blasting off for the first time in KALOS. Ash and the others are relieved, and Ash explains who Team Rocket is to Clement and Bonnie. He then walks up to the Pokemon to thank it, but the Pokemon falls unconscious before he can. Clement then says they need to make their way to the closest Pokemon Center as fast as possible, and the group heads to one as fast as they can. The group arrives at the Pokemon Center, and Clement reveals to Ash the Pokemon's name is Froakie, and he immediately enters emergency treatment. Luckily for the group, he's gonna be okay. Nurse Joy explains that his entire body was highly injured, with multiple scars. It seems Froakie was beaten up, but she can't exactly pinpoint what happened to it. Ashton states that the next step would be to return Froakie to its owner, or the wild, and Nurse Joy says the best place to start would be Professor Sycamore's lab. Maybe it's a runaway, as Froakie is one of the starter Pokemon here in KALOS, and Professor Sycamore gives out Pokemon to starting trainers. Froakie is returned to Ash and the group, but it's fast asleep. The group, along with the sleeping Pokemon, make their way to Sycamore's lab, where they meet his lab assistants Dexio and Sina. They tell Ash the professor is currently out on a trip and won't be coming back till tomorrow, but they can still examine Froakie for them. During the examination, a tall man enters the lab and greets Dexio and Sina. He introduces himself as Lysander, a famous man in KALOS and the head of the massive corporation, Lysander Labs.
Is Augustine in by any chance? I was wondering if I could speak with him.
Sorry, he's on a trip right now. Want me to give him a message, Mr. Lysander?
Well, that's unfortunate. Just tell him I found the answer to a question I have pondered for a long time.
Lysander then leaves the lab, leaving everyone there to wonder what exactly he means. A couple minutes later, a loud explosion is heard, and Sina states it must be from the Pokemon Park inside the lab. When they get there, the glass wall is completely destroyed, and the Pokemon are in a state of panic. The group can barely spot a silhouette leaving the lab when everyone turns their attention to a Garchomp, as a sort of aura is surrounding it when all of a sudden, it mega evolves. Ash is still in awe with the Mega Evolved Pokemon. Still, Dexio explains that this is not the natural Mega Evolution, that something here is very wrong. Garchomp then starts to rampage and starts destroying everything. Dexio and Sina try to calm it down, but it's to no avail. All of a sudden, Froakie shows up and starts to attack the rampaging Garchomp, trying to protect Ash. However, he's defeated pretty quickly and Garchomp escapes and starts rampaging throughout the city. Before the group can do anything else, Ash, Froakie, and Pikachu head out to chase the rampaging Pokemon, leaving the others in shock. Garchomp has to be stopped at all costs. Ash chases Garchomp all the way to Lumiose Tower. The rampaging Pokemon climbs up it, and the entire city is watching in horror. Ash eventually approaches the Pokemon, and he and Pikachu, along with Froakie, enter a battle with the rampaging Pokemon. Things seem pretty hopeless, but then all of a sudden, Ash and Froakie seem to be in perfect sync, with some energy surrounding them, although it being very dormant. Together, along with Pikachu, Garchomp falls unconscious and transforms back into its natural self. Pikachu then in confusion slips and falls off Lumiose Tower, so Ash and Froakie jump to save him. And this is when a Pokemon saves them Ash has never seen before, or has he? It's a Mega Blaziken, and it safely lands Ash on the surface, and Ash reunites with Clement, Bonnie, Dexio, and Sina, who is apologizing for Garchomp's actions. Ash then sees Blaziken and his trainer, but they disappear before Ash can thank them. Meanwhile, Dexio ponders what exactly caused Garchomp to Mega Evolve without a Keystone and Megastone, and most importantly, a strong bond with a trainer. It seems Ash has had quite the first eventful day in KALOS, and things are only going to get more intense from here. It's now the next day, and Serena and Sycamore have now entered Lumiose City. After dinner, Sycamore received word about what happened to Garchomp and decided to head back first thing in the morning. Serena, being eager to start her journey, as well as being worried for Sycamore, decided to follow him. Serena's journey will start here in the heart of KALOS. A new adventure begins now.